Well, I'm going to do this video because right directly to the point. I already made it in my channel, in my YouTube channel in Spanish. Well, I talk about the same things that I'm going to talk about in this video, but in my language. I just think it's not fair for anybody to make it in Spanish and not to do it in English. Because in that video I talked about some people with their names and everything, about some bad things, let's say, that they did to me. Let's say I, I don't want to say that, but just something bad or sad or whatever you want to consider this when you know. Well, I already posted that video almost 1 month ago. I still didn't make it in English. I promised to do it. Those people don't know what I was talking about them. Even probably they don't know that I said something. So I don't want to hide myself behind my language. Those people don't understand my language, so I have to do it. I feel I have to do it in Spanish also. So, well, as many people know, but I don't know if everybody knows that, I stopped dancing after 16 years. After 16 years, after seven of those years, the last 7 dancing breakdance. In that video I talk about the reasons for stopping dancing, although it was not because of them only, just because of them. It was also because of me, but it was one of the reasons why. So, directly to the point, about the things that happened in Wrocław. When I was living in Poznan, although I was not a really good beagle yet, I have never been a really good beagle, but now I'm better. But at that moment, when I was really beginner, I found out there, or I discovered what the most important thing about breaking is, because I realized the most important is to share something with the other people, to have some communications in the cipher, let's say to share something, to share your soul, your flavor, your style to everybody. The other people gives you also something. You can learn pretty more like that than training alone. So during those 2 years, especially the second one, I felt that because of breaking. That's why I have the B-boys from Poznan here in my heart, the same as the city, because it's my favorite one. Well, after those 2 years, almost 2 years, I arrived in Wrocław because of several reasons. Not only to look for better working options, also because of breaking, because here there are some of the best Polish b-boys. I thought it would be a good opportunity to learn more, to improve, to develop myself, and I was right somehow, but I didn't know that this city is made for really VIP people, very important people. This is, of course, my point of view, just my point of view. Other people can think differently. When I arrived, I was pretty surprised because there were only, at that moment, there were only 2 rooms to practice. One was Divois, and the other one was breakin with Nikita. It's the academy where he teaches breaking. In Divois, in that first room, not all, but the most of the b-boys from Wrocław or living in Wrocław met all together twice per week, only 2 hours. So that room was open. Nowadays no. Was open 2 days per week, 2 hours. So 2 hours plus 2 hours is 4 hours, and this is not enough for you to practice as a big girl or big boy. Everybody who dances breaking, knows that. It could be enough 2 times per week, 2 hours. It could be enough because if you train hard and so on, only twice per week could be pretty good also. But it was not, because it would be really good if there were some ciphers with that communication, with that share of knowledge, or I don't know. But it was a really big room. The room is really nice. It's super big. There is a really good floor. There is really good music, atmosphere. No matter where you look, you can see someone really, really good, amazing b-boys training. You look over there and you see someone, and you look over there and you see other incredible things. But that's it, because everybody practices alone, surrounded by other people. So you feel alone, nobody tells you anything about how to improve, or nobody tells you a single, yeah, nice, something. So you are alone, surrounded by a lot of people. The other room is Rugipiento with Nikita. Well, it is his class, his lesson. So when I arrived, it was once per week. Now it's this last year it has been twice per week. Currently there is still class. This is really nice. Nikita is not just the best b-boy for me, the best b-boy from Poland, one of the best in the world, from my point of view. He's also one of the best people that I know between all of these very important people here. His lessons are amazing. You learn a lot. You can learn a lot, but how to say, it's not the same than a training. It's a lesson, so you have to do what he teaches you with your variations, of course. And it is he's a really good teacher, because he's thinking about you, about everyone. He's focused on you, on what you have to improve, because of your level or something. Or he's not just a teacher who shows you a step. He's focused on you. He tries to foster your strongest points and so on. And he makes you do the variations, your own version of everything. And it is really helpful, really nice, and his lessons are the best lessons that I ever had. So yeah, it is really good, but it is not a training itself. So you cannot do whatever you want, or what you are working on, or your sets, or training your tricks or something like that. It's, you can do it a little bit at the end of the lesson, but just for a few times. But anyway, there are more ciphers there in the class, which is a class, which is a lesson, than in the other room. That's pretty weird, but it's like that. And sometimes at that moment when I arrived, there were some trainings with Nikita and Ero there in Trubipientro, but not that much. So when I arrived, I found out that I was in a city where there was a room 3 times per week, once with Nikita, twice in that another room. That's it. And at that moment, I didn't have any money to pay a room or to pay a gym, a fitness center to practice or something. And this is what I think they do to practice more, because they are really good b-boys, and I don't think they train twice per week only. So, but that's the point. You have to have some money to practice in Wrocław, unless you practice in this place in the wall alone. And that is the same, that if you pay a room and train alone, it is exactly the same. Train alone. And I don't say all of this because this is like a hobby and I want to have party, have fun with people, music and so on. And no, it's because I really think you learn more like that. I mean, it is also good to have your own trainings alone and practice, let's say, more technique, more your tricks. You have to practice a lot alone and do a lot of exercises for that and so on. But the combination with ciphers, with the people, makes you a better b-boy or b-girl. Some people, I know, everybody's different, and some people prefer to train always alone. Some people prefer to train always with someone, and other people prefer that combination. And I am in the third case, but just my point of view. After some time living here, there were some trainings with Creative Box. There were some trainings with Creative Box, Nikita's crew, one of my favorite one in Poland. At that moment, I was injured in my back, so it was a little bit sad, pretty sad for me, that I had the opportunity to train with them, and they always do cipher. To train with them and not to be able to do my best, but it is what it is. After some time also, I could pay a room, I could pay the fitness center where I train nowadays, and I started to use the room for practicing alone. That year, the first year between 2018 and 2019, I improved a lot, thanks especially to Nikita and to Kami, another b-boy of his crew, who was also my kind of boyfriend or kind of couple, whatever you want to say. So yeah, in the end, I also had some problems during some time with Nikita, but anyway, it was solved. Actually, I know he always wanted the best for me, so I really appreciate that. Well, those were the only people who helped me the first year. Also Vegas, who is another b-boy who trains with Kami. That's really nice also. But the things for me were a little bit more complicated the second year, because one of those one of those two people stopped helping me at all. That was coming. Of course, it was not Nikita. Well, he became different because after having been 1 year trying to help me all the time and inviting me to train with him and Vegas in his village, just he was helping me all the time. He also wanted the best for me the first year, but after that, at the end of 2019, he started not to invite me to anywhere. He didn't tell me when they were going to train or some things like that. Everything started over September or October in 2019 because he invited me to train with them with Creative Wax, as I said, my favorite crew in Opole, because the half of them are from Opole, not from Wrocław. They gather together over once per month or once per 2 months. They don't meet a lot. I mean all of them, but sometimes they do it. Well, I was invited by him. I said yes, of course. I was preparing everything. It was the day before. I had to prepare the stuff to go there directly from my job. He was texting me saying, I will text you today or tomorrow morning to tell you the exact time, the exact place to meet, and you have to take some clothes because we will sleep there and so on. So I was preparing everything, and 1 hour and a half after those messages, he texted me again to tell me, no, Yolanda, you cannot come because there will not be any other girlfriend, so there will be only boys and you cannot come. By the way, the other girlfriends are not big girls. I think you guessed that, but I was angry. I stopped talking with him and so on, so I kind of broke up. The day after, when there was training, when I was at job, he was texting me, don't be angry, you can come, do you want to come, you can come, everything, because I was going to break up, so he wanted to recover me, of course. Well, I said no, thank you, because I was, when I was angry or when I was sad, I was talking with my friend Natalia, one of my best friends here. She was listening to me and so on, helping me, trying to make me feel better. I already told her before that I was not going to her birthday party, which was the same day that this training. I told her no because of this training. After she was helping me and so on, now I'm not going to tell you yes, I'm going, instead of going to the birthday party of the person who was helping me. So I think it's clear. I mean, breaking is important for me, but that person was helping me and I was not going to say no. So he told me, well, the first time you are invited and so on, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yes, of course, I will go next time. But that never happened. I have never been invited anymore. And they have been meeting, of course, many times in all this year. I have never been invited. Sometimes even he came here to Wrocław. As I said, he's from another village. He came here to Wrocław to train in the same room where I practice in Nikita's, in Louis Pintro. Training in the same room, in the same academy, with my own teacher, without telling me anything, without telling me I am in Wrocław, without telling me do you want to practice with us, nothing. And I had to know all of this because of the stories of from other people Facebook. I mean, if someone like Nikita or Vegas posted something in the stories, I knew that my own boyfriend was in Wrocław, and he didn't tell me anything, and that they were training and nobody told me anything. And I have been all this year even obsessed with all of this, with watching the stories. Even sometimes I am surprised. I surprise myself because I don't dance anymore, but sometimes I still check the Vegas or Nikita's stories. So yes, I was kind of obsessed. That time was at the first time that he did that. It was in October, and it was the time when I posted those photos that you saw in Facebook. Now they are not. There is the post, but there are not photos. But those were that was the moment when I posted that photos that you saw. And I broke up with him and so on. And after I came back and I broke up and I came back with him many times. I asked him, don't think I didn't ask, why to do this, why do that. And he never told me anything. He didn't want to say anything, so I decided at some point that I didn't want to ask more, and I didn't ask anymore. And actually nowadays I don't care about the reasons. At that moment I care. I really wanted to know why, but nowadays I don't care, because if you do something bad or that I consider bad to me, I just don't care about the reasons. Just you did it. You did it, and everything that you do in this life has consequences. This is the consequence. Now I am talking. So, nowadays I don't care. Just he did it. I know more or less the reasons because he told me always that I was really negative, and it's true that I was really negative, and I know the things that I did bad. That's why I had some problems with Nikita, but Nikita didn't do that, didn't treat me like that. I mean, and also sometimes I was really positive. I understand his point of view, but sometimes I was really positive, and anyway he did this. So you cannot give another opportunity to that person who is your girlfriend or kind of girlfriend or whatever, the person that you like. You cannot give another opportunity when you see that she's doing everything good now. No, it doesn't make sense. And anyway, when he did that at the first time, we didn't have any problems, so he did it just because he did it. So I don't care. After that, when we could go to the street and so on, and it was legal just with the mask and so on, I started to practice again because the academy, Ruby Pietro, was not open yet. It was not possible for dance academies, but Nikita was training there during that time. He opened the room and we could ask him. He didn't post it in anywhere like I'm going to be here training, but I think due to the situation, for not to say publicly, let's say that there were some trainings there, but he was training there, and if you ask him, he said always yes, of course I will be at this time at 4 or 5, whatever, and you could go. So he was pretty nice because he didn't have to do that. There was no Divois, there was not this another room. That room is currently still closed. Some viewers here, we were training there. Well, it was another Divois because there was no cipher. Nikita was focused on himself and training alone, and he was in a corner all the time practicing, and it's his right. He could do that. But everybody was together. We were maybe 2, 3 people, 4 people sometimes, not that much, and we could have done some ciphers or something, but everybody was training alone. So another diva, just in another academy, in another room. So I was every day alone, because at that moment, during the quarantine and after quarantine, I didn't have a job or something. I didn't speak with anybody. I don't speak so much with my flatmates and so on. And I was all the time alone. And every day I went to the training, also with other people who were like this, with this face. I mean, they are not bad people, and they are nice. In the wow also, some of them are the same people. I am talking about. I am not talking about that they are so bad or so stupid or something. They are nice, but that training was like, "Hi, how are you? Bye, have a nice day." That's that was our conversation, my conversation with them. At that moment, the best thing I think was Makar, my flatmate, because he was the times when he was training there with me, he was trying to help me to make me improve in tricks and so on. So that was pretty nice. At some point, at the end, he changed, I think, a little bit with me, but that's no problem. He was, I think, the best. Even not talking the same languages than me, because we cannot talk so good. So yeah. After the room was open, I mean the academy was open again with the lessons, so we could not practice. We had I had the Nikita's class, and I was during two weeks there, and after that I decided to stop breaking. And at that time, when I have been, I mean, during this time after the quarantine, when the dance academy came back, there is no room in Wrocław for nobody to train. Only the academy, but it's possible to train there only once per week or something like that, because there are classes. I live with two b-boys from Ukraine, Makar, the one that I said, and Sapa, and Diana, Sapa's girlfriend, but she's more a hip-hop dancer, although she practices breaking sometimes also. With her, no problem. Well, they have been practicing Sapa and Makar in the park close to here, close to our home, with a kind of floor that Sapa has. They also don't invite me. They live with me and don't invite me. Sapa did it many times during all this time that I have been living with him. I mean, he's a really nice person. He helped me in many stuff. He's the perfect flatmate. But he's also kind of VIP, because here there are some private trainings. If he's invited, he's not gonna invite me. Here in the park, he could say, "Do you want to come? We are going to train." He doesn't. So if you want to train alone, to record your sets and so on, it's, of course, it's good. But if you invite the other person, who is my other flatmate, it's because you want to be with someone else, and you don't want to train with me. So that's clear. Well, sometimes now they ask me if I know about some trainings, because the other ones, Nikita, Rubson from Poznan, Mazdana, Kami, Great of Wax in general, they train now. They don't say to anybody. Usually during the weekends, they always train, and it seems between VIP people, they also don't speak so much each other, so it's kind of weird. So now Sapa, other people don't have room. Maybe that's why sometimes he asks me. But well, I don't dance anymore, so I don't care. Last weeks, during that time when there was still a quarantine, and I was training with Nikita when he opened the room and so on, Kami was at the same time doing and these things, not to tell me anything every weekend. Every single weekend I saw some stories when he invited or Nikita or other people to train there in his village, or he came to Luis without telling me. So it was directly, it was like every weekend, every weekend, every weekend. So I was just really exhausted. Well, those are the reasons, mainly for stopping breaking, but not the only ones, because I also, as I said in the other video in my language, I am not a really good b-girl. I am already 30 years old. I don't have any boyfriend who is a really famous b-boy who can, I don't know, who can take me to some competition, can take me to the trainings, can invite me or something. I don't have a lot of friends. The judges are never my friends. When I go to competitions, they are not going to vote me. Sorry. I don't have money to go to USA to big competitions and so on. I have to depend on the people, and I don't want. I mean, I prefer to do another sport that I am already practicing, and I can do it alone. Of course, always you need some help, or some trainer, or someone who teaches you, and it is true in this case also, but no like in breaking. I am tired. And I am also not good. I don't have enough conditions. I have been 7 years trying to make a windmill that I don't have. Well, I did it sometimes, and there is video. Good that there is a video, because I'm not going to practice it anymore. But that's the point. It's not because of the people only. I was not really clear in the last video in Spanish, because some people asked me. I said that, but maybe I was not clear enough. And some people ask me why you don't go to other city, or when you go to other city you can practice. No, I just don't want to dance anymore. Of course, if I were still in love with breaking as I was before, I would go wherever. And I love Poland, and I can try to get a job in Poznan and come back, because I love it. Or I could go to Warsaw or Krakow, because Krakow is amazing, also the people that live there. But I just don't want to do something related to other people, other b-boys who have to help me. Also, I don't have enough conditions. No, just I don't want. So it is not just, oh, those people were so bad with me and now I have to stop. No, it's not that drama. It's just I don't want to dance anymore. I could dance, probably I will do it at some point, just for having fun or something, but I just don't want seriously to practice seriously anymore. That's it. And I could also do another kinds of dance, because I have been a dancer during 16 years, and I have been a really good dancer, better than in breaking, in contemporary lyrical jazz and all of this stuff, modern jazz and so on. I could do it. I love it. Contemporary is the best one for me, my favorite kind of dance, with breaking and contemporary. I was pretty good and I could do it, and also I was taking some lessons here in Wrocław, that I could do it again, but I don't want. If you arrived to this video to listen how I talk bad about some people, some b-boys and so on, you can stop here, because now I'm going to talk a little bit about me, about my life. So if you're not my friend, you are not interested, just for you to know, I'm going to stop talking about names and so on, and I'm going to talk about me for other people, other friends who don't speak Spanish, don't understand my videos and want to know. They want to know about my life. So, but if you don't want to know about my life, you can go on. That's it. As I said, I stopped practicing, but don't think I am sad or something, because I am happier than ever in my life. Well, I am practicing, as I said, another sport. I want to do culturism, bikini fitness category, because I love it. I love practicing in gym. I feel really better. I can do it alone. In some time I will try to get a trainer. I will try to get more information about the federations here and so on, and I will practice a lot. I think I will prepare myself during maybe 1.5 years or 2 years before going to competition, because I really need to improve many things in my body, because this sport is about body, of course. So I need a lot of money for competition, bikini, trainer, posing workshops and so on. So I am currently looking for a job. Anyway, I need it, even though I didn't take part in any competition, in any culturism competition. Anyway, I would need it. But in this case, I need a lot of money, so I will be during some time, probably more than 1 year, trying to earn as much as I can. A lot of money. I need a lot of money. I will be at the same time training and preparing myself, trying to advance more. That's it. I am pretty okay. As you know, I am not with Kamei. I don't have a boyfriend, but I am really good. And now you know the reason, because I always said that my boyfriend did something. Let's say he was a boyfriend the first year, the second year no. Everybody knew that I had some problems with him, but I never said. With the most of my friends, I never talk about what was the problem, and the problem was this. I always said he always does the same thing and he doesn't stop to do the same things. It was this. But just I don't want to talk more about personal things, but it is important. I cannot talk. Well, and that's it. I hope you don't feel worried about me or something. Don't feel scared about